Welcome to the Music Reel, everyone. I'm your host, Nicola Burton. I have the Pushy Boys here, so I have Manny, Michael and Mark. Now, a very special guest today is Matt Murtagh. Now, the reason why we're interviewing you today, Matt, is you started the Lockdown Lounge when lockdown commenced in March. So welcome to
Yes. Thank you.
So I guess we've been talking to people all over the world in the event, hospitality and the music scene. And we're really interested to hear how everyone's been going in lockdown. So you've been super productive. Do you want to tell us about why you decided to set up the Lockdown Lounge and a little bit about what you've been doing with it?
Yeah. Well, we started it out originally just as, everyone was instantly out of work. All the musos, all our fellow musos were, sitting around. Lots of negative sort of feelings going around the place with all that. So, we had the film business on the side that we were doing, so we decided to make the most of what we had, with what we had, and set up a bit of an isolation studio, to make everything work within the means. It depended obviously on people wanting to give up that time to do it, and it was all something for nothing. But yeah, it gained traction real quick, and everyone was keen to get on board and do a little bit of something for everyone. So yeah, it's just more of a community kind of thing, I guess, to start with. It was just, it gives a platform for the musos to play, and punters got in and had a bit of a watch and kept that feeling of normal still. So yeah, it sort of went from there and kept taking off.
That's great. And look, we really congratulate you on the initiative, because anything that continues music out, I think, is such a positive for everyone. And as you said, people were feeling quite negative. It was a little bit concerning. There was a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. So, well done. I think it's been great. No, Manny does not have
No, thanks.
It's fine. So, Matt, I guess we're keen to know, what are your plans once lockdown, finally the restrictions ease? What kind of things will the Lockdown Lounge be doing moving forward?
We've got a couple of initiatives up our sleeve. It's a difficult one because of the way that the platform works versus how venues work. It's sort of counter to their core businesses to have people in the venues turning money over the bars and what have you. So, and we're based on people being at home watching. So we're working with a couple of venues and just a couple of different other platforms and what have you. I'm just trying to adapt it into something moving forward. So we're doing some shows from closed venues in the next few weeks, and just sort of pushing and just getting a feel for where it's going to go. Because even though we've got a bit of an idea where it's going, we're not 100% sure what lies ahead. So we're sort of just working with the gist of everything.
And that's the key, isn't it? No one really knows what's going on. So we're all making this up as we go along. So
well, that's it.
Yeah. So I think Mark's got some questions for you. Mark.
Well, probably a bit of a personal one, Matt, but out of all the performances that you guys have now had, has there been a standout? Has there been something that you guys just rate with the performance?
There've been a couple. Everyone's really been pretty above and beyond. I think a lot of very seasoned musos were very nervous about coming on, which sort of surprised me to start with. I was surprised how many people were. Yeah, just the number that were sort of like, they're panicky and set lists and all sorts of stuff that I suppose we went through doing the stage way back in the day when we first started. It was, everyone's crossing their T's and dotting their I's, but I suppose that also meant they all came and really stepped up. So yeah, on a general note, everyone's really above and beyond. It's been really good.
Good to hear.
Awesome. Michael.
That's awesome. Yeah, Matt, what sort of stuff have you obviously you've had to not learn a whole bunch of new skills, but you've had to sort of navigate, some uncharted waters. I mean, there's some people do live streams on their telephones. Some people do them, with friends' cameras and different things like that. What sort of stuff have you had? What sort of challenges have you sort of faced while setting up something like that?
Heaps and heaps. It was even like the tech we're using. Like we're sort of lucky in the sense that we've got the film knowledge and what have you from prior. I've got the tech knowledge from prior, but putting it together and doing stuff that's really at the forefront, like especially with Facebook, like that platform was changing day to day as we were starting out. Like they were rolling out features as we were using them. So it was nutting all that stuff out. Like we had a couple of tech issues in the first few streams, and that you just got to live and learn and push forward with. But yeah, it's been ongoing. Like you're just learning the whole way through. So it's not been easy. It's been like lots and lots and lots of work, like hundreds of hours of putting stuff in. But it's all come together. It's just like anything new, I guess. We wanted to make sure that we.
And I think it's been a good opportunity as well to, to sort of find that after lockdown, trying to find a way to integrate it into what, I mean, we want people to go out and support live venues, not just sit at home on their phone, but, find a way to integrate it, whether it be for, promotional purposes and different things like that. So I think, I think it's been a good opportunity for everyone to sort of expand what they're doing a little bit.
Absolutely. I think it's opened up some new doors for everyone. So it's good for us, I guess, in the respect that, we've sort of worked it out now. So if people want to go forward that way, we can work with whoever and get that sort of happening. So it's been productive in that sense. We haven't sort of we wanted to make sure it wasn't something that was just going to exist and then fizzled out, at the end of it. So,
Right, Manny, what questions have you got from Matt?
Well, I guess, Matt, congratulations on an initiative to bring the greater community together, a very similar circumstance that we've tried to engineer here. Yeah. And it brings a positiveness into the music community to say that we can all work together as a collective for the greater good. So for me, I see that as a sort of moving forward proposition, for everybody. But I guess the question, I think, I was going to ask the same sort of question. What are the technical challenges? But moving forward, again, the enterprises that you see happening moving forward in the future, will that enable you? I'd love to see you guys, because I've been keeping a vigil on it. And it's, it's like any new enterprise. It starts at one point, and then it sort of, you engineer that. I suppose it gets a little bit better, with every proposition. So I can see you guys develop into a sort of video enterprise for bands that want to, have releases. Is that something that you're working towards at the moment? Okay, fantastic. You've got this particular scenario, but can you work in the space where you can do tailor-made video clips for the music industry for young burgeoning bands that want to progress their careers because visuals become a very important part of the music industry.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think we've sort of got, I suppose, like I said earlier, we've got all these we've got this big plate of ideas at the moment, and it's all sort of, throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. But, we're sort of at the point now that we're seeing what others want. Like we envisioned what we're doing at the moment, and we built on the vision, and now we've achieved that, and we're sort of seeing what the next step is, what's out there. But I think that's where we need to sort of expand from there, just outside of the two of us. And that's where, ideas like that, we partner on board with people and grow, because the skill set's there, I suppose, so to speak, and the abilities there, and we've got the gear and the tech and all that sort of stuff. But it's just about what the industry, or what's going to be what are people going to want on the other side of all this, I guess. So
yeah, absolutely. We encourage you guys to progress your careers in that, because it's always good for the music industry to have other options via a whole range of mechanisms, moving forward. So again, congratulations, boys.
No, thank you.
Great. And look, Matt, thank you so much for talking to us today. We're really excited to see the level of ingenuity and resilience that's happening in this industry as a result of, incredibly challenging circumstances, ones that none of us would have ever imagined happening. So I'm actually going to put all the contact details for the Lockdown Lounge, and I encourage anyone watching this, check these guys out, and if you're an artist, contact Matt and Steve. and see if you can actually participate in the lockdown lounge, because even though we are starting to emerge with 10 or 20 people at venues, it's going to be a few months before live music, live local music happens to the same degree again. So I think having your presence online in a variety of ways is very, very healthy for your business, for your brand. And Matt, thank you once again. We really wish you guys well done.
Thank you.
And we hope to hear more about what you guys are doing when we get out of this lockdown. Take care.
Absolutely.
Dude.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Matt.
Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, guys.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, guys.